Hi, and welcome to Dada's Joke, and we're doing another episode of arcade versus console ports. And today we're going to be looking at good old pole position. And before I start, I'd like to wish everyone a happy belated Canada Day and a happy July 4th coming up in a few days, and enjoy your long weekends. You can sit back and watch this video, and also, what did I want to say? Oh yes, please subscribe, like my videos. Yeah, hit the bell button if you want to see when I go live, when I upload another video, so you can stay in touch with all the stuff that I'm creating. So today we're going to be looking at pole position. Now, pole position has. I like to do this about arcade games. Just about every arcade game that I played and love has a little bit of a sort of history and memories attached to it. And one of these was when I was younger, living in Montreal. My relatives were over in Ottawa, so my aunt and uncle and my cousins used to own a restaurant. And right next to the restaurant was a convenience store. And they had one single game in there, and it was pole position. Now, the most fun aspect of it, of that day that we were there, or that night, was my cousin and I, every so often we cut out of the restaurant and jump in and go play pole position. And what we do was, one guy would start off first, do the first lap, and as soon as we made it to the second lap, we'll sort of switch on the fly drivers. And then if we make it to the second second lap, we switch over again, third, and so on. And just had a ton of fun. I forget how many quarters we pumped into that machine, but it was just a lot of fun. It's just one of those stupid little memories that stick with you. And all you arcade guys out there, or even just plain old video game people, certain games have a certain memory attached to it, and that memory is like stuck in there, and it's like it always puts a smile on your face. So let's take a look here. And by the way, this is the Namco version, but it was licensed by Atari, and Atari distributed it through North America. So let's start this off here. And because the emulator is slightly different, I cannot start the game. What the hell, man? Good old pole position. Well, I can't even play it. Look at that. Okay, well, I'm not going to get too involved with this right now. I just want to actually show how good pole position looked. I mean, pole position was one of those, when it first came out, the steering wheel, the shifter, the accelerator, and it just made, it was one of the first driving games out there. Actually, it was the first true sort of 3D style racing game, and it was exciting. It was a lot of fun. I mean, it wasn't that easy. I mean, I remember first playing it, just trying to qualify was a pain in the ass. But once you qualified several times, you had that encouragement to go farther, further, faster, try and make this hairpin turn as quick as possible to keep up the time to make to the next checkpoint. And that was the coolest thing there was about it. So unfortunately, I can't play this. But what we're going to do now is we're going to switch over to the ports and see how they stack up with this. And you can tell, I mean, the graphics were phenomenal, the sound was phenomenal. They had voice with the lady go, "Prepare to qualify," and there was all that stuff. So it made the game that much more exciting. So let's jump out of this if I can. Okay, stand by. I will do this in just a second. Okay, so now we're going to be looking at pole position for the Atari 2600. Again, developed by Namco and published by Atari here in North America, and they made it for the 2600. So let's see how this stacks up. Unfortunately, I spent the last few minutes while I stopped the recording trying to get the emulator for the arcade working, and guess what? I couldn't get it going at all. It just would play the sort of attract mode on it, which is unfortunate, and I couldn't really make my point. But let's move on. So let's fire up pole position. And funny thing is, I never really owned this game for the Atari 2600. You know what? Back in the day, I was kind of spoiled. Like, if it wasn't really close to the arcade, I wasn't interested. But now that I'm older, I understand a lot more. And, you know, you couldn't make it with the 2600. The hardware just couldn't be exactly like the arcade. Other systems that came on a year or two later were able to do that. But the point is, you know, there's so much you can do. But let's take a look at this. We got to remember, back in those days, it was the playability that made the difference. Let's start this up. Well, the music's the same, except for the prepare to qualify. Oh, that's brakes. There we go. Shifting into high. And for a 1983 game, this is not bad. I mean, if you compare it to, excuse me, if you compared this game to Night Driver, which came back, was out in the 70s, was an okay game. I mean, that's the best they could do. But once they figured out all the little secrets and things about the 2600, they were able to, you know, go a little bit further and hence make pole position, which actually looks pretty good and very playable. Okay, how well did I do here? Did I qualify? Looks like I didn't. Let's start this again. Shift into high. Okay, I'm up to 200 miles per hour. Oh, the skidding sound is great. I mean, this is not bad. Avoid cars, don't crash into them. And shifting was pretty, you know, left, right to drive, and up and down for shifting. I mean, it doesn't, you can't beat a steering wheel, but this was the closest thing to it. Well, not bad. I mean, I wish the other cars had a little bit more color to them, but I mean, that's asking a little bit too much. But the graphics on the tires look like they're moving. Just having them flash there, it looks like they're moving. Oh, get out of the road. Oh. A few seconds too, and I crashed. Again, I got 12,000. I gotta beat that. Come on, let's go. Let me at least qualify. Shift into high. Okay, now we're motoring. Get off the rumble. Rumble strips. Ooh, that was close. Come on. That was the hairpin there. Finally recognized it from the arcade. Oh no! Oh, good. Even the cars catch up to you. That's nice. Oh, I did qualify. Look at that. Nice. I just wish they put in a start-finish line so you knew when you finished. That was ridiculous. That would have been nice to see. But again, you got to remember the hardware this was attached to. And at this point in 1983, the games have gotten really good. Low, come on, low, 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 low. Alright, 12 seconds. Oh, I should be able to beat 20,000 no problem. Oh, lap 1, nice! I made it, just barely. Oh, nice, 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 nice. Go, 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 go. Nice. 19 seconds. Oh, no chance. And that's the end of it. So not bad. Oh, and extra bonus points, you know, and they included a background. It's not this just blank horizon. It actually looks pretty good, and it's not too bad at all. I'm actually quite surprised because I never really played this version. But now let's move on to the Atari 5200 and see how that does. Okay. Emulation station crash. Great, thank you. Perfect for my recordings. Okay, hold on a second, guys. Let me restart this thing, and we'll start off with the 5200 version. What a day. Okay, here we are, and we're looking now at the Atari 5200 version, which right off the bat looks super close to the original version. And again, I've never played this actual version of the game, and it actually looks pretty good. All the information on top of the screen there. The car kind of looks like the 2600, just done up a little bit better. They still do that flashing white lines on the tires that give you the impression of movement. It's got signs now, and the cars have actually some color to them. So let's try this. This is I'm kind of excited to try this. Oops. There we go. And with the good old prepare to qualify on the screen. Okay, low gear, pump it to high. I need to go high. Is it a button? Why can't I switch into high gear? Okay, I gotta figure this out. And because of the floppy joystick design, look at this. I just touch it a bit and it's always turning. It's not it's not centering the car. How can I switch? Hello? I'm pushing down, up, down. Oh my god, today's such a cluster. You know what? Okay, looks like I can't do too much to this game. But overall, it's a little bit better than the 2600, but it's for the 5200 and its power, this should be a hell of a lot better. I hate to bark on the 5200, even though, you know, it had its potential. It had a lot of potential. I mean, everything looks great. The road looks great. The rumble strips, the background, the clouds. But the car could have been done a little bit better. No passing bonus. Great, because I can't switch to another gear. Okay, let's do this. Nope. Oh, come on. Why is nothing working today? There we go. Finally. Jesus. Okay, here we go. Qualifying again.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Shut up, Google. Hopefully nobody heard that. Okay, let's start this now. There we go. But this sucks that wait, is it 2 joystick? No, it shouldn't be. It's button based. And I know there was 2 far buttons on the 2600. See, I can't shift. See, I can't keep this straight. I'm using an arcade joystick and it feels so bad. Such a shame. The controls really was one of the factors that made this system crap. Like I said, it had potential, tons of it. But when you pull stuff like this, ugh, come on, Atari, you could have done better back then with this. God, what a mess. I got a frog in my throat. I can't, none of the emulations work. Everything's crappy. Here's the hairpin. Of course I can make it because I'm in low gear. See, look at this. It won't center. Okay, frustration has hit the wall now. Let me just finish this. Let's see how far we can get. 18 more seconds anyway. Oh, it's the last turn. Here we go. And we run out of time. Well, that's it. Not overly impressed. Graphically, yes. Everything else, no. Ugh, this is a complete pass. No thanks. Ugh, so bad. Okay, let's get out of here. Exit the emulator. Now here's some fascinating information. 7800. You would think they would make an even better version to improve on the 5200. Well, Atari didn't think that was good to do. So what they did was they did pole position 2, which they packed it into the 7800 as the freebie. So even though this is not originally pole position, and I'm not comparing this pole position 2 to the arcade version, let's take a look and see if they did any improvements. And hopefully the emulator works, for crying out loud. I hate this. You try and do a what? Just launch it, damn it. You know, you try and do a video and everything starts falling apart. Okay, at least that loaded. So we'll pick the Fuji track, which is just like the arcade. Okay, look at this. This is better. The Atari logo on the sign. There's Mount Fuji in the background. And it doesn't have that stupid ass non-centering thing. Okay, shift. There we go. So all the signs are Atari signs. That's cute. Oh, there's the hairpin. And they emulate the bouncing of the tires when you blow up. That was one of the features in pole position 2, besides picking different tracks. Going high gear. So the car looks way better. The background looks really good. And there's a start-finish line, for crying out loud. Now, if they only made a pole position version of this, it would have been really cool to do. So they would have had pole position 1 and 2. But again, the mysterious mistakes they did back in the day, between the when the 5200 was released and the 7800 that was supposed to be the end all of advanced systems where Nintendo came around and just wiped their butt with them. It's just interesting to see. So that's the Atari 7800 pole position 2. Now, you would think Atari would have made a version for ColecoVision. There is not. There's no version for ColecoVision, unfortunately. Perfect platform for it. It would have looked amazing. Now, here's the funny thing. There's a version for Intellivision. Now, Intellivision had the same hardware, more or less. Well, not more or less, but it was in the same sort of grouping of the Atari 2600 when it first came out in the 70s. I think a year later after Atari, Intellivision came out. So they're more or less running the same hardware. So let's take a look. Now here's good old pole position. Let's see what happens. And I'm not expecting, and this was made by Intellivision, so by Mattel. So I'm not expecting miracles here, but let's see. Oh my god. Okay, right off the bat, hey, it's got signs. Okay. Ooh, the 2600 version destroys this. I'm sorry. Destroys it like crazy. No, let's start this. Yeah, Fuji. Oh, come on. Well, they do the prepare to qualify thing. And you don't start off. Oh. Whoa, it's got a gear lever setting. Oh, now you gotta move the... There we go. Oh, I don't know if I like this. What the hell? How am I gonna pass that? Oh, this is not even at all like the original game. Ah, why? Okay, the Intellivision version was crap. This was bad. It's not even close to pole position. There's no rumble strips. The background's there. They have a picture of the shifter so you can shift, which is kind of cool too. But overall, not happy with this. Restart. There we go. Here we go again. Let's try this again. Shift gear to high. Ooh. What? I should be able to make this first turn in high gear. What the? Okay, there we go. We're in high. Okay, at least the cars are in different colors. What? I'm in low gear. Why did it throw me off? And it just takes a long time to start up. Like, I'm doing 100 miles per hour and it looks like I'm doing 2. Or feels... Come on, what? Okay. Again. Garbage. So overall, what I'm going to say here is that the Atari 2600 is the best version compared to the arcade. Everything else is horrible. Horrible. From the controls on the 5200... to the lackluster port here on the Intellivision, and the only real good version out there was the 7800 version, but it was pole position too, so a totally different game, but the same basic idea. Anyways, folks, this is That Is a Joke, arcade versus retro console ports. I think I think we're up in the 20s for the episode numbers. Again, thanks for stopping by. Like or hate it this time because of all the crap that went on. And that's about it. Take care, everyone. Have a good day. And have a good long weekend. Bye now.